The Prime Minister is present. It is indeed a momentous day for the people in Haryana. The Prime Minister will be gifting them infrastructure projects, highway projects, in fact, worth more than 1 lakh crore rupees. And here we see Prime Minister receiving a roaring welcome in Haryana. And the Prime Minister today will be inaugurating projects, highway projects that are spread across the country. And he is welcomed with people there, excited, enthusiastic, waving to the Prime Minister, flashing their cameras to catch a quick glimpse, record a quick glimpse, in fact, of the Prime Minister. And here we see him receive a roaring welcome in Haryana. This is indeed an important day for Haryana. The Prime Minister will be inaugurating and laying the foundation stone of national highway projects in Gurugram in just a while from now. We are joined in by a guest, and let us discuss more. I'm joined in by Dr. Anil Kumar, Professor, Department of Commerce, Delhi School of Economics. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for joining us on DD India. Up on our screens, we see Prime Minister receiving a roaring welcome in Haryana, and the excitement, the enthusiasm of the people spells the good era or the good times that will be ushered in by the projects that will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister today, isn't it?
Good evening. Good afternoon.
Sir, your word on the infrastructure projects that will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister today. How important will be a thrust
for the
to
people of Haryana as well as for the people of Delhi, especially the movement of traffic and people from Delhi to Gurgaon. The time will be reduced to 50% and the people will experience a quality of life. This is a long-standing highway development project which is going to be dedicated to the nation. A very big day for all of us today, in fact.
Yes, indeed. This is a very important day. Now, when we talk of the growth or prosperity of any region, then infrastructure plays a very important role, connecting the remotest part of the country to the mainland, and also ensuring that it ushers in ease of living for the people, the residents also there. So your word on the revamping of the infrastructure that has been taken up by the government, with an aim to bring in more employment opportunities, to bring in more connectivity for the people in far-flung areas.
Yeah, certainly I would say that the infrastructure projects are the hallmark of the growth of the country in several ways. One is that it resulted in ease of doing the business. The freight connectivity is increased. Not only the connectivity is increased, but the time taken in the movement of goods is also reduced. And at the same time, it also improves the quality of life of the people, because the movement of the people becomes easier. It generates a lot of employment for the people. Also, infrastructure projects, in fact, have a multiplier effect. Whatever we spend in the infrastructure, it resulted into 3 times impact on the national growth of the country.
Yes, indeed. We're talking of ease of living. We're talking of prosperity for the region when such projects are inaugurated. But this also talks volumes of how India's road engineering has taken big strides, from making ways through dense mountains to laying new markers in speed, scale, and construction quality. When we talk of India's road engineering sector, this also has again grown by leaps and bounds, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly. In fact, we are building the next generation infrastructure, the highways in the country. The glaring example is that of, Atal Bihari Vajpayee's Sivri Nhava Sheva highway project, the longest sea bridge involving the sea side on the bridge at more than 18 kilometers. And this certainly will ease the life of the people living in Delhi, in Mumbai, in Navi Mumbai, and in Pune. We reduce the 50% time taken in travel. And it is a 6-lane project. Similarly, the Dwarka project, which is going to be inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister today, it will reduce the time taken, and the state of art infrastructure which is used, the state of construction which is used, and the periphery which is going to be developed, all green areas and all kind of facilities which are to be there on the national highways are going to be completed. Some, in fact, are already in place, and the others are in the offing. I think that the landscape of the whole area is going to underway a big change. And in fact, the India is certainly heralding into a Amrit call. And this is rightly said that this is India's decade, this is India's century. And the infrastructure project, the state of the art infrastructure project, are the glaring examples for the same.
Yes, they are the living examples for the same. But then a very important point, a very important aspect of these infrastructure projects is the time limit within which they've been completed. This idea of Dwarka Expressway was conceived in 2006, which means almost it took 18 years in the making, and it was for more than a decade that this project did not see light of the day because of land acquisition problems and court cases. And today we see the Prime Minister inaugurate these projects. What is your take on the fast track? It's not just about development of a region. It is not just about enhancing the infrastructure of a region, but also timely development of infrastructure and timely completion of infrastructure projects. That is important. What is your take on this, sir?
I think it is one of the biggest achievement of the present government that whenever these projects are conceived and the Bhumi Pujan or the foundation is laid down, these projects are completed well before the time set for completion of these projects. You take any project for that matter, Dwarka project, which is going to be inaugurated by our Prime Minister today, is another example of the same. How much time was taken before this government came into the power, and then immediately after that, immediately it has been executed, and now the time has come for its inauguration. I think that for these projects, timely completion of the project is very, very important. Otherwise, these projects will result into the cost escalations also. And at the same time, once the project is on, the construction is on, it becomes very difficult for the people and for the traffic so far as the movement is concerned. So I think that this timely completion of the project is something good and something which must be appreciated so far as this present government led by Mr. Modi is to be concerned, is to be talked about.
All right. For our viewers who've just joined in late, these are the visuals we're getting for you. The Prime Minister at Dwarka Expressway. He will be inaugurating a number of projects, infrastructure projects, highway projects in Haryana to the tune of 1 lakh crore rupees. And also we see the Prime Minister getting acquainted with the layout of the project. He is flanked by Haryana Chief Minister. He's flanked by Road Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari. And this will indeed prove to be a game changer because of the scale of the infrastructure improvement which will be witnessed in the region and how it will bring in ease of living for the people there as well. We are in conversation with a guest. We're in conversation with Dr. Anil, and he's spelling for us. He's explaining to us how important the day is for not just Haryana, because for the entire country as well, because this project will cater not just to the people in Haryana, but this project will also run through rest of the country as well. The Prime Minister will be inaugurating the 19-kilometer Gurgaon section of the expressway from Dwarka border to Delhi-Jaipur highway today. But Dwarka Expressway as a whole is a stretch of 28.5 kilometers, and the Delhi section of this e-way will open later this year. As we speak, we are joined in by Dr. Anil Kumar, and he is spelling out how important are these projects. Sir, in very simple layman's terms for people who are watching this on television, let us understand more from you as to how will this expressway change lives? What is at stake, and how far will it make life easier for the people there in the region?
See, it will make life easier for the people in the sense that the time taken in traveling from Delhi to Gurugram, which is now another economic hub of the country, so far as the commercial capital, so far as the commercial activities are concerned, it will reduce the time taken in going from Delhi to Gurugram. One. Second is, it will also result in reducing the time taken from Delhi to Jaipur, and at the same time, it will also help in building the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway. This is the next economic corridor, which is road corridor, which is in the pipeline. And I think that a part of this is being exhibited today, and the other portions of this project would soon be completed. So that way, I mean that it will reduce the time from Delhi to Mumbai once completed. Now it takes 22 hours for travel from Delhi to Mumbai. The time taken after the completion of the project would be just 11 hours. Just imagine that there will be 50% reduction in time taken. And another thing is that it will reduce the freight cost also. That means the cost of production of our businesses will also get reduced because of these kind of infrastructure projects.
Yes, indeed, this will be important. And sir, we're talking of how this will be a game changer, but then a very important aspect of this will be that of this project will be that it features automatic toll collection, and it will be an efficient transport system. So the idea of using technology, automated toll collection, which would mean people will not have to queue up at the tolls to pay the taxes, but at the same time, this also is very much evident of the growth of technology when it comes to any sphere of our daily lives. So the Prime Minister's thrust of technology, the Prime Minister's thrust of modernizing of the economy using technology is a novel idea that has been implemented here as well.
Yeah, you imagine that about 6 years back, there used to be a toll plaza in Delhi Gurgaon highway. And that toll plaza used to take more than half an hour for the people to come from one place to the another end of the plaza. Now, with the fast tech kind of thing which was introduced, the time was drastically reduced. And of course, later on, that toll plaza was removed from that place. But so far as this highway project is concerned, that is Dwarka highway project, in that case, there will be automated toll plazas. No time will be taken in moving from one end to the other end. That means it is the showcase of not only the highway projects, but connected with this is the technology, high technology, which we are using not only in construction, but also in these kind collection of the toll plaza also. There has to be ease of paying the tolls also. Otherwise, what will happen is the time reduced in the highway will get consumed in the high queues, long queues at the toll plaza. This is not going to happen so far as this project is concerned. And I think that in the future also, this kind of technology will be reduced to ultimately the aim is to reduce the cost of traveling, whether it is for the goods or whether it is for the people. So it will certainly improve the quality of life of the people.
Yes, indeed, it will improve the quality of life for the people there. This 19-kilometer elevated section of Dwarka Expressway in Gurgaon, it has 8 lanes, in fact, just acquainting our viewers with the nitty-gritties, 4 on each side, and it has been built on a single pier. This would in fact mean 2 benefits for the region. The expressway will use less land, and also it allows space for wider service roads, which eventually will lead to high volume traffic to be eased. So, sir, what is your take on this new age, technology, new age means that are being employed, that are being deployed, in fact, in the infrastructure development of the country? Because we're talking of Amrit Kal here, and Amrit Kal is not just about prosperity for the country, but also ease of living, ease of life for the citizens as well.
Yeah, this will ensure the seamless connectivity.
Yes.
And if we compare the highway projects which are being constructed and which are being developed in this country, these are not lesser than the highway projects in the most developed countries of the world. You take the example of US. If you go to the US, the quality of infrastructure, the highways is very high, and the quality of highways which we are constructing right now is not less than the quality of infrastructure in other parts of the world. That speaks the way we are developing and we are going towards the developed nation in another 20, 25 years to come. So highways or the infrastructure plays very, very important role so far as development is concerned, because ultimately the aim is that should ease the living, it should ease or it should improve the quality of living of the people and the movement of the goods. Just imagine that the less land is used for the project, then there will be space for the service road also, so that there is no disruption in the traffic movement. And on the highways, certain plazas where people can have the food, can have some restrooms, and these kind of facilities are also being developed. So that means, so far as these projects are concerned, these are holistic projects, I would say. It's not just the matter of construction of roads, but all the requirements of travel from one place to another when you are traveling to a long distance. I think all the requirements have been kept in mind while developing the project. The quality of road you will see is the best quality in the world, and this is not going to be affected by the bad weather or these kind of things, by the rains or heavy rains. So I think that the roads would be very smooth also, and it will ensure the seamless and very smooth travel in these tracks.
Yes, indeed, sir. You're talking of the best quality of the roads. You're talking of how it will ease travel time, how it will be, how it will usher in ease of living for the people as well. We've talked of technology. We've talked of timely completion of projects. So all of this put together talks volumes of the leadership as well, to ensure that. To ensure that the projects, the measures, the initiatives that have been initiated at the center are effectively implemented. And for the leadership also, it talks volumes, or for that matter, I'll quote what the Prime Minister himself says: the guarantee of better lives for the people, isn't it?
It is the leadership
Yes.
which makes all the difference. See, the projects were conceived in the past also. The projects were being developed in the past, but the pace with which those projects were completed. In fact, the word delay had become synonymous with these kind of projects. So if these projects are driven at the high level and at the level of the top leadership, and the leadership is only interested in the development, I think that this is the result of that, because this government came to the power on the plank of development, Sabka Vikas. And that development has all these dimensions: road infrastructure, highway infrastructure is another dimension to this. PM Gati Shakti mission, that you must remember that the aim of the project is to reduce the time and to have the live kind of follow up of the project, that the follow up is not going to happen, is not happening on files, but it is a real time follow up which is happening for these kind of projects. So there's a zero tolerance for the delays of the project, zero tolerance for inefficiencies in this government. It has resulted into not only the timely completion of the project, but also the projects with high quality roads and peripheral developments.
Yes, indeed. For our viewers who've just joined in, these are the visuals we're getting for you from Dwarka Expressway. The Prime Minister is welcomed with a roaring applause there, people there flashing placards, waving to the Prime Minister, recording a glimpse of the Prime Minister in their phones, and the Prime Minister is witnessing all smiles and enthusiasm as he makes his way through the highway that will be inaugurated today. Dwarka Expressway will be inaugurated. Along with this, 112 projects, highway projects, in fact, that will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister to the tune of 1 lakh crore rupees. Will be running through rest of the country as well, connecting and reducing time between destinations, making life easier for the people there. And also this expressway that will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister today. This is in fact a road of many firsts. This will be an 8-lane highway, talks of record high speed roads, and it will also be when we talk of the special features, then this is being constructed as the widest on single pier. It is the longest and widest urban tunnel that will be inaugurated, and it is an elevated stretch that would be inaugurated by the Prime Minister. The tunnel is blast proof. 75% of the Dwarka Expressway is predominantly a flyway, which would also mean less of traffic snarls and less of time taken in the journeys. There will be 4-level interchanges in the expressway, and also when we talk of the completion of these projects, that has been done in record time. So in a nutshell, it is an important historic day for the people in Haryana, and the Dwarka Expressway, a part of the stretch, will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister today, and we see Prime Minister in Haryana and people welcoming the Prime Minister with excitement and enthusiasm. We are in conversation with Dr. Anil Kumar from DSE, and he is also talking with us about how this project and this event will be a game changer. Sir, I've spoken at length about the features, the highlights of this project, but eventually inauguration of such projects also throws light on the changing image of India. So India now, when you talk of an 8-lane road and 8-lane highway, this is at par with the infrastructure of any developed country. So it also talks volumes of how India and the image of India is changing on the global page when we talk of development, when we talk of ease of living, when we talk of prosperity in a region. So put all this together, the Prime Minister has talked of India as a developed country by 2047, and with the Prime Minister inaugurating such projects, it can be rightly said that we are on the right road, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly. See, we are building, as I said earlier, state-of-the-art infrastructure. The next generation infrastructure we are building, which is second to none in the world. I would say not only at par with the infrastructure projects or highway projects in some of the developed nations of the world, but also it is exceeding that also. Take this example, this Dwarka project, which is going to be inaugurated today by our Prime Minister. The 8-lane highway, then it is on the elevated stretch. It's the widest, having longest tunnels also, and there will be no obstruction from other kind of things. It is highly secured kind of a highway road project, which will have all the facilities for the commuters also. So this is the kind of infrastructure which we are building. In fact, we are building a picture of the modern India. The modern India is going to be indicated by these kind of state-of-the-art projects, including the infrastructure projects. Whatever we are building, whatever we are constructing, these are the next generation things which we are developing, which we are doing, and this will be certainly herald us into the developed nation by the year 2047, because these projects not only result in ease of living, quality will improve the quality of life of the people, ease of business also, but the kind of investment which is being done in these projects, this will result into the higher pace of economic development of the country. And in fact, the government of India has doubled the capex expenditure in the last 6 months. Imagine that the focus of the government has been on the capital expenditure, and this is simultaneously supported by the private sector investment. So this is building a good kind of, the investors climate also for the people of this country, and even from abroad also. The foreign investors have shown confidence in our country by investing more and more into this country. This is the result of these kind of projects. This is the result of the kind of facilities which we are providing for the foreign investment. So this result into building up a very sound investment climate into the country. So I would say that this is the something big which is happening today and the part of the big picture which is taking place in this country.
Yes, we're talking of this project just being a part of the big picture, the big change that is happening in the country. Sir, a quick word of yours on the Gati Shakti mission, because we've seen, it is understood that changes and plans and measures to be implemented on such a scale is not easy. When we talk of the challenges that have to be ironed out in ensuring timely completion of these projects, let us understand from you, from the governance point of view, how far or to what extent is it tough for the implementation of such projects? Let us understand from you in context of the Gati Shakti mission and how the mission aims to create world-class infrastructure and also logistics synergy across different modes of movement in the country.
See, when we say Gati Shakti mission, that means it is providing Gati, speed for the people and the goods that involve the connectivity of the roads, railways, and the ports. That means the total time in taking the goods from one place to the port, maybe for export purposes or for other purposes, is going to reduce. This is also going to reduce the logistic cost also. In today's business, the global competition is very tough, and we can live in the global arena. We can be part of the global supply chain only when our cost of production is reduced. So if we are able to reduce the logistic cost by say 3 to 4%, that will help us in becoming part of the global supply chain. And exactly this is what is happening today. This is one aspect. The other aspect is that, as I said, infrastructure projects are known for the delays. That means the follow-up at the top level is needed. Under Gati Shakti mission, about 12 ministries have joined together to have the update of the project on a live basis. That means 24/7 follow-up of the project is possible and is being done under Gati Shakti project, Gati Shakti mission. Otherwise, what used to happen is there used to be follow-up of these projects through movement of files, which used to take time and time together in connecting with different ministries. One ministry is putting some abstraction, another ministry is saying, no, please examine this aspect also. When all the ministries have joined together in providing a follow-up of the projects, in planning of the projects, in execution of the projects, certainly the time taken in the completion of the project is and will drastically reduced. And this is what is happening now. We can see the result of Gati Shakti mission. Not only it has resulted into the building up of the infrastructure, but also the time taken in building the infrastructure has drastically been reduced.
Yes, you're talking of the timely completion, and we're talking of infrastructure development. But as a professor representing the Delhi School of Economics, I would want you to elaborate for us as to how do you read or how do you gauge the strides which India has been making in the last decade, because we've seen how and to what magnitude of changes that have been witnessed because of the initiatives that have been initiated by the government in almost all the sectors of the economy to ensure an overall development for the country, overall progress for the country. Let us understand more from you as to what is your evaluation on this.
Today, India is the fastest developing major economies of the world. And every year we are exceeding the estimate of the growth rate. Remember that. The estimate of the growth rate was nearly 6.4, 6.4, 6.5. We have exceeded that also. And year after year, we are exceeding the estimates of all the agencies and all the organizations. The World Bank and IMF have also hailed Indian economy as one of the brightest star in the global arena. Just see that world over, the recession is there. There is no development, or the rate of growth is slowed down. But India is the only exception which is developing very fast. This is the result of the capex, which has been doubled as a percentage of the GDP over last 10 years. This is one aspect. The other aspect is that this capex is going to provide more and more jobs to the people, and the thrust of the government on the manufacturing sector. The contribution of manufacturing sector has risen from 11% to 18% right now. So this manufacturing sector is a sector which provides lot of jobs. And this increase in the share of manufacturing sector is the result of several initiatives which have been taken by the government over the last 10 years. To begin with, it is the ease of doing business. In this index, we are doing very, very fine. The other thing is the game changer is that of PLI scheme, production linked incentive plan, under which 12 such core industries have been identified where incentive is given for producing more. We have now one tax rate, that is GST, applicable to whole of the country, that is one nation one tax. It has also facilitated the doing of business in any part of the country. That means it's not the case that if you manufacture or if you do business at a particular state or particular region, you will be at an advantageous position. This is the era of the gone days. Next thing is the direct taxes on the new manufacturing has been reduced to bare minimum, just 15%. Imagine that if you set up a new manufacturing unit, the direct tax on that will be just 15% plus some surcharge on it. All this has boosted up the manufacturing activities in this country. At the same time, the focus of the government on the infrastructure, this has also boosted up the manufacturing sector, because in the manufacturing sector, whether it's mining or other kind of things, the movement of goods and the speed at which the goods are to be moved from one place to another is a very important factor. So I would say that the manufacturing sector in our economy is rising. The share of manufacturing sector is rising. At the same time, the infrastructure we are building is world class. We are in fact connecting the whole of the country either through highways or straightways, or even there is a scheme of the government where the villages are being connected to each other. At the same time, so far as the quality of life is concerned, over 10 years, we have reduced the poverty rate also in this country. More than 25 crore people have been uplifted from the level of poverty. This is the result of these kind of projects which the government of India has undertaken over the years. At the same time, the disparities in income is also being reduced. We have so many welfare schemes. So we are moving towards not only a developed nation, but towards an inclusive developed nation where each and every section of the population, where each and every region of the country are taken care of, whether it is the northeast part of the country. We see that you must remember that about 2 3 days back, the Prime Minister inaugurated some big projects in the northeast region of the country.
Yes.
So these regions are also developing. So I think that this is the way this government is doing, and the focus is entirely on development. I would say that this government came to the power on the plank of development. It is taking place, and the next coming elections are going to be focused only and only on development of the country.
All right, so we will take this thought forward, but at present, for our viewers who just joined in, these are the visuals we're getting for you, where Prime Minister is welcomed with thunderous applause at the Dwarka Expressway. The Prime Minister will be inaugurating close to 112 projects of highways and roads in Haryana that will be connecting the rest of the country to the region. And also in our earlier edition of the bulletin, we've talked about how this project is going to be a game changer. An 8-lane road will be constructed. A part of the expressway would be an elevated one, and also how it will lead to lesser traffic snarls, how this is going to be a bulletproof tunnel, and also this will initiate ease of living for the people of the region, and also this will lead to prosperity in the region as well. So these are the updated visuals, the latest visuals of Prime Minister taking stock of the Dwarka Expressway. He is flanked by Haryana Chief Minister and also Road Transport Minister. These are the visuals of Prime Minister at Dwarka Expressway. Prime Minister will be launching development works in Haryana today, and this project is indeed a game changer for the region. Telling you more about the highway project, then the Prime Minister, as we told you, will be inaugurating the projects, and also this is indeed important because 19-kilometer section is built at a cost of 4,100 crore rupees. This will improve traffic flow between Delhi and Gurgaon. And what is to be noteworthy is that the features include automated toll collection, and it will prove to be an efficient transport system. This is a 8-lane high-speed expressway, and this is India's first elevated highway. And as we speak, as we told you earlier also, this is expected to help improve traffic flow and also ease congestion between Delhi and Gurugram. Now, the Haryana section, this includes 2 parts from Delhi-Haryana border to Basai ROB and from Basai ROB to Kheri Dola. This is a 19-kilometer stretch, and when we talk specifically of the features of this Dwarka Expressway, then this is, as we told you, the country's first elevated urban expressway. It is a single pillar flyover with 8 lanes. And this entire stretch that will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister today is being built at a cost of about 9,000 crore rupees. Also, this 19-kilometer of the expressway stretch, this falls in Haryana, and the rest 10 kilometers in Delhi, which means it will reduce travel time between Delhi and Gurgaon considerably. And talking of the more features, then it will have 4 multi-level interchanges. There will be tunnels, there will be underpasses, there will be an elevated flyover and also a flyover, above flyover that is. And also the stretch also consists of the longest and the widest road tunnel in India. That means 3.6 kilometers long and 8 lane. That makes it the widest road tunnel in the country. And also, as we speak, a part of this project will be inaugurated later in the year, and also the expressway will provide an alternate connection to the Indira Gandhi International Airport as well through a shallow tunnel. So all in all, this will not just ease travel time, it will boost connectivity, it will prove to be an easy travel from Delhi to Gurugram and for the adjacent regions as well. The Prime Minister will be inaugurating 112 projects today that will run through rest of the country as well. So the Prime Minister at the tunnel there, Prime Minister at the expressway there, taking stock, and he's being apprised about the salient features of this highway. We have with us Dr. Anil Kumar, who talked with us in detail about how this is going to be a game changer. He's from Delhi School of Economics, and he spelled out how this will not only just usher in prosperity for the region, but also this will be symbolic of the development, the progress which the country is making on the global page as well. Dr. Kumar, when we're talking of any infrastructure project in a particular region of the country, it not only spells out the leadership of the country, but it also speaks volumes of the intent and also how the measures, the effective measures have been taken to ensure people of every strata of the society, far-flung regions of the society, are benefited from what all is being decided at the center, and also to ensure its effective implementation that would ensure that the benefits of such measures, of such initiatives, reach the last person in the queue, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. More than 13 projects have been delivered in the recent 6 months. Big projects, I would say.
Yes.
Take the example of Bangalore Chennai Expressway, which was dedicated to the nation 3 months ago. The uh, I think one example I would cite is that of Mumbai Trans Harbour Link project, which is named as Atal Bihari Vajpayee Shivri Nava Sheva project, the longest sea bridge project in our country, which was dedicated to the nation 2 months ago. So it has not only reduced the time taken in connecting Delhi, Mumbai to Navi Mumbai, but at the same time, it has improved the quality of life of the people. When these projects are being undertaken everywhere in all the regions of the country, that means it is leading towards the inclusive development of not only one particular region, but all the regions. Then another thing is you combine this with Gati Shakti mission also. When these projects are linked with the railways, when these projects are linked with the ports, that means that it will also facilitate the movement of goods from a place to the ultimate destination, whether through railways or whether through the waterways and things like that. Three economic corridors have been identified by our government. These are, the movement of energy, mineral, and cement corridor. Another is the port corridor, and third one, which is very important so far as the quality of life is concerned, ease of living is concerned, that is high traffic density corridors. There are certain corridors where has been a very high traffic density. This project, Dwarka Expressway, for example, the Delhi Gurgaon Highway, this is a very high traffic density area. So I think that with the implementation, inauguration of this project today, of course, the Delhi part of the project will be inaugurated sometime later. But once it is completed, it will ease the traffic movement also. Because this track is known for high traffic density always. Thousands of people every day travel from Delhi to Gurgaon for work related issues. Thousands of people travel from Delhi to Jaipur also, and Delhi to Mumbai also. There's a lot of traffic so far as the freight is concerned. So this will not only reduce the time, this will reduce the cost in movement of the goods, movement of the people from one place to another people. So once these highways, whenever these highways are built, whenever these highways are constructed, the whole area, surrounding area is also developed, whether it's the land price or whether it is the ancillary activities which are there near the highway. So that means it will lead to the inclusive development of the areas, the regions, through whatever land parcel these highways are passing through. So that way, I think that the highway projects have several advantages. Not only it lead to employment generation for people, not only it lead to the development of the industry like cement industry, like steel industry, and we are seeing that these are expanding at a very fast pace. The construction is being developed, is being grown in this country at the rate of 11 to 12% in the past year. So also the cement industry, the steel industry. So all this is leading towards the economic development of the country. It is a landscape of the developed nation. You can see the smiles on the faces of the people. You can see the excitement in the people. The people have gathered in thousands to greet our Prime Minister, because this project was the long requirement of the people of this region. People were facing lot of difficulties in commuting from Delhi to Gurgaon every day, and this will reduce the time taken in commuting.
Yes, even as we speak, we show visuals of Prime Minister at the exhibition where he was being apprised about the project, and also he was being acquainted with the nitty-gritties of the project. And here we see Prime Minister at the ceremony marking the inauguration. which will be done in just a short while from now, of the 112 projects in Haryana. We had inputs coming in from our guest, Dr. Anil Kumar from Delhi School of Economics,
Should I quit now?
explaining to us how important these projects will prove to be, not just for the region also, for the people also, but for the nation as a whole. The Prime Minister welcomed with
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का अभिनंदन करें। और अब माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को आदरणीय गुरु द्रोणाचार्य जी, महाभारत के शूरवीर योद्धा, प्रेरक गुरु की प्रतिमा स्मृति चिन्ह स्वरूप भेंट की जा रही है। पंच धातु के लेप से निर्मित है ये प्रतिमा। गुरु द्रोणाचार्य की कर्मभूमि में आचार्य द्रोणाचार्य की ही प्रतिमा माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के लिए बहुत बहुत आभार। सर्वविदित प्रज्वलित जनप्राण नव भारत का निर्माण, आत्मविश्वासी अलौकिक जन, देश का यशगान, राष्ट्रवंदन, राष्ट्र नमन। और अब मैं माननीय केंद्रीय मंत्री तथा गुरुग्राम से आपके प्रिय सांसद माननीय श्री राव इंद्रजीत सिंह जी को माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी तथा समस्त अतिथिगण का स्वागत करने के लिए आमंत्रित करती हूँ।
आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी, माननीय मंत्री नितिन गडकरी साहब, माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री मनोहर लाल जी, माननीय गवर्नर साहब, सम्मानित मंच, इलाके की आई हुई सरदारी, बुजुर्गों, नौजवानों, माताओं, बहनों, प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी का पिछले एक महीने के दौरान हरियाणा के अंदर दूसरी बार आगमन हो रहा है। आज से कुछ समय पहले रिवाड़ी के गांव माजरा के अंदर एम्स का शिलान्यास करने के लिए आप पधारे थे और आज गुड़गांव के अंदर जो हरियाणा का सबसे विकसित शहर माना जाता है, सबसे डेवलप्ड शहर माना जाता है, आज आप यहाँ पधारे हैं। कई ऐसे प्रांत हैं जो आंख बिछाए इंतजार कर रहे हैं कि प्रधानमंत्री हमारे भी प्रांत के अंदर आए। प्रधानमंत्री की दूसरी पारी बतौर प्राइम मिनिस्टर तकरीबन खत्म होने को आ रही है और तीसरी पारी की तैयारियां देश भर के अंदर चल रही हैं। कोने कोने से मांग प्रधानमंत्री की हो रही है, लेकिन शायद ये सौभाग्य सिर्फ हरियाणा को है कि एक छोटे से प्रांत के अंदर नरेंद्र भाई एक महीने के अंदर 2 बार पधारे हैं। और इत्तेफाक की बात यह है कि ये दोनों जलसे गुड़गांव लोकसभा के क्षेत्र के अंदर हो रहे हैं और मेरा ये सौभाग्य है कि इनका स्वागत करने के लिए दोबारा से मुझे ये अवसर मिला है। नरेंद्र भाई जी, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। प्रधानमंत्री गुड़गांव से परिचित हैं, यहाँ पर समय बिताया है और जानते हैं कि आज के दिन गुड़गांव हरियाणा के कोष के अंदर सबसे अधिक राजस्व जमा करने वाला एक जिला है। हरियाणा के अंदर आज के दिन सबसे ज्यादा बिजनेस अगर कहीं पर है तो गुड़गांव के अंदर है। सबसे ज्यादा अगर सर्विसेज का हेडक्वार्टर है तो वो गुड़गांव के अंदर है। सबसे ज्यादा इंडस्ट्रीज अगर हरियाणा के अंदर अगर है तो वो गुड़गांव के अंदर है। लेकिन आज के दिन पिछले 10 सालों के अंदर जो गुड़गांव की साख को 4 चांद लगे हैं वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की वजह से लगे हैं। और मैं, हालांकि मुझे थोड़ा ही समय मिला है बोलने के लिए, इसके बारे में 1 मिनट के अंदर जिक्र करना चाहता हूं कि ये गुड़गांव जो यातायात की वजह से, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की वजह से भीड़ भड़के के अंदर फंसा रहता था, आज के दिन गुड़गांव की सरहद से गुजरने वाले जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के रोडवेज के प्रोजेक्ट हैं उसका मैं हवाला केवल देना चाहता हूं, बाकियों का मैं आज नहीं दूंगा। सबसे पहले देश का सबसे लंबा एक्सप्रेसवे दिल्ली बंबई एक्सप्रेसवे जो गुड़गांव की सरहद से गुजरते हुए राजस्थान से होते हुए बंबई तक जाता है और जो आज के दिन राजस्थान तक, दौसा तक मुकम्मल हो चुका है, सबसे पहले तो ये सौगात हरियाणा को और गुड़गांव को नरेंद्र भाई मोदी की सरकार ने दी। 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए इसके ऊपर खर्च होंगे। दूसरा, जो हमारा अल्पसंख्यक क्षेत्र है हरियाणा का, नूह जिला, गुड़गांव से सोना से नूह जिले के लिए 2000 करोड़ रुपए का एक एलिवेटेड जो हाईवे इन्होंने हमको प्रदान किया है। मेवात तक जाने आने के लिए आज के दिन ये व्यवस्था बन गई है कि सरपट गाड़ियां इसके ऊपर दौड़ती हैं। तीसरा मैं जिक्र सिर्फ करना चाहता हूं गुड़गांव, रेवाड़ी, पटौदी और नारनौल का जो ये नया हाईवे बनाया गया है, इसके ऊपर 2700 करोड़ रुपए खर्च करके आज के दिन काम होने लग रहा है। लेकिन अजूबे की बात जो मैं इसका जिक्र करना चाहता हूं कि आज के दिन आप उद्घाटन करने जा रहे हैं जिस द्वारका एक्सप्रेसवे का, शायद ही हिंदुस्तान के अंदर इस तरह का कोई एक्सप्रेसवे बना होगा जिसके अंदर 4 टियर पे, मतलब 4 मंजिले के ऊपर, 4 जगहों के ऊपर यातायात चलना फिरना शुरू करेगा आज से। ये अजूबा 10,000 करोड़ के खर्च होने के बाद गुड़गांव के अंदर आने जाने का साधन एक बढ़िया तौर के ऊपर बन जाएगा। मोदी जी सब जानते हैं, हम जो भी उपस्थित यहाँ पे हैं, चाहे स्टेज के ऊपर हैं, चाहे यहाँ सामने की तरफ बैठे हुए हैं, कि हरियाणा के प्रति हमेशा आपका रुझान रहा है। आप तीसरी पारी के लिए अब तैयारी करने लग रहे हैं। हम ये आशा करते हैं हरियाणा वाले, हम ये आशा करते हैं गुड़गांव वाले कि जिस तरह की आप लोगों ने और आपकी सरकार ने पिछले 10 साल के अंदर हरियाणा की तरक्की करी है, आने वाली पारी में भी जब तीसरी बार आप यहाँ के प्रधानमंत्री बनेंगे तो इसी तरह से आपकी नजर इनायत हरियाणा के ऊपर बनी रहेंगी। आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत, धन्यवाद और जय हिंद।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद केंद्रीय सांख्यिकी और कार्यक्रम कार्यान्वयन मंत्री श्री राव इंद्रजीत सिंह जी। देवी और सज्जनों, केंद्रीय सड़क परिवहन एवं राजमार्ग मंत्री माननीय श्री नितिन गडकरी आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में उनके ही विजन को वास्तविकता के धरातल पर साकार करने में जुटे हैं। मैं माननीय मंत्री जी को आज के इस अवसर पर अपने उद्गार साझा करने के लिए आमंत्रित करती हूँ।
आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, आदरणीय मुख्यमंत्री जी, आदरणीय राज्यपाल महोदय, उप मुख्यमंत्री जी, मेरे मंत्रिमंडल में मेरे सहयोगी राव इंद्रजीत सिंह जी, सभी मंच पर अधीन सांसदगण, मंत्रीगण और उपस्थित सभी भाई और बहनों, आज का दिन हमारे देश के इतिहास का बहुत महत्वपूर्ण दिन है। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने मिशन के रूप में हम सब के सामने एक उद्दिष्ट रखा है कि हिंदुस्तान की इकोनॉमी को $5 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी बनाना, आत्मनिर्भर भारत बनाना, और विशेष रूप से हम एक सुपर इकोनॉमिक पावर बनने का जो सपना प्रधानमंत्री जी ने रखा है, उसी के लायक जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बनने वाला है, उस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का नमूना वर्ल्ड स्टैंडर्ड का आज का द्वारका एक्सप्रेस हाईवे है। ये कहते हुए मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है और बहुत आनंद हो रहा है। ये स्टेट ऑफ आर्ट प्रोजेक्ट है। वैसे डिस्टेंस केवल 29 किलोमीटर है, पर इसमें अंडरपास है, आरओबी है, टनल्स है, ब्रिजेस है। इतना ही नहीं तो एक जगह पर 4-4 लेन एक के ऊपर एक है। इसका अपने आप में एक अलग डिज़ाइन है। और ये स्टेट ऑफ आर्ट प्रोजेक्ट जिसकी सिंगल लेन का हिसाब किया जाए तो 565 किलोमीटर है, और अगर डिस्टेंस कैलकुलेट किया जाए तो केवल 29 किलोमीटर है। और मुझे खुशी है कि एस्टिमेट कॉस्ट से करीब 20% की बचत इस प्रोजेक्ट में हुई है। मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी को ये विश्वास देना चाहता हूँ और उनको धन्यवाद देता हूँ कि मैंने उनसे अनुरोध किया था कि इस प्रोजेक्ट को देखकर फिर आप इसका उद्घाटन करिए। उन्होंने समय दिया और बहुत इंटरेस्ट के साथ एक एक बारीक बातों को देखा। मैं हृदय से उनको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं, उनका अभिनंदन करता हूं। इसके साथ साथ आज 1 लाख करोड़ की लागत वाले 114 प्रोजेक्ट्स जिसका शिलान्यास या जिसका लोकार्पण आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के हस्ते हो रहा है। मुझे विश्वास है कि मैं जब पहले कहता था कि हिंदुस्तान का नेशनल हाईवे नेटवर्क अमेरिका के बराबर होगा, पर मुझे बीच में कुछ अमेरिका के लोग मेरे पास आए थे और उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि हमारी आपत्ति है। तो मैंने कहा क्या गलती हुई है? तो उन्होंने कहा जो हिंदुस्तान का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बन रहा है वो अमेरिका से भी अच्छा है। ये बात को उन्होंने सर्टिफाई किया। आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में दिल्ली हमारा सबसे प्रदूषण युक्त और ट्रैफिक जाम का शहर है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक पीआईएल हुई है और इसलिए हमने 2 निर्णय किए थे कि हमारे ट्रैफिक जाम की समस्याओं को सुलझाने के लिए दिल्ली एनसीआर में 65,000 करोड़ के प्रोजेक्ट हमने तैयार किए और उसके कार्य का भी शुभारंभ किया। आज मुझे कहते हैं कि बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि 35,000 करोड़ के प्रोजेक्ट हमने पूरे किए हैं और आने वाले दिसंबर के अंदर पूरे 65,000 के प्रोजेक्ट पूरे होंगे और दिल्ली को ट्रैफिक जाम से मुक्ति मिलेगी। केवल दिल्ली को नहीं तो हरियाणा को मिलेगी। और ये जो एक्सप्रेस हाईवे बना है इसमें हरियाणा के जितने रोड है उसको भी हमने अच्छी तरीके से बनाया है। मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि दिल्ली के डेवलपमेंट प्लान में जो UR2 था रिंग रोड दिल्ली का, उसका भी काम लगभग पूरा हुआ है। 3 महीने के अंदर आगे प्रधानमंत्री जी के हाथ से उसका भी उद्घाटन हम करेंगे, जिसके कारण ये पूरे गुड़गांव से धौला कुआं तक जाने वाला जो रोड है इसका ट्रैफिक 50-60% कम हो जाएगा। पंजाब, हरियाणा, कश्मीर, हिमाचल, यहाँ से लोग जिनको एयरपोर्ट जाना है वो पानीपत के बाद तुरंत UR2 पर आएंगे और केवल 25 से 30 मिनट के अंदर हमारे इस द्वारका एक्सप्रेस हाईवे पर पहुंचकर एयरपोर्ट के नीचे जो एयर स्ट्रिप है उसके नीचे से टनल लगभग पूरी हुई है। जून तक उसका उद्घाटन होगा। T2 और T3 तक चले जाएंगे और जिसके लिए 2 से 2.5 घंटे लगते थे वो केवल आधा घंटे में हो जाएगा। मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि हमारे जो प्रोजेक्ट्स है, जो प्रोजेक्ट स्टेट ऑफ आर्ट प्रोजेक्ट है, बड़ी बड़ी टनल बन रही है, ब्रिजेस बन रहे हैं, रोड बन रहे हैं, एक्सप्रेस हाईवे बन रहे हैं, 32 ग्रीन एक्सप्रेस हाईवे बन रहे हैं, पर आज का प्रोजेक्ट उनमें से भी अलग है। ये स्टेट ऑफ आर्ट प्रोजेक्ट आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री आज राष्ट्र को समर्पित कर रहे हैं, ये हम सब के लिए बहुत आनंद का और समाधान का विषय है। ये प्रोजेक्ट बनाते समय काफ़ी नई नई टेक्नोलॉजी का उपयोग हुआ है। UR2 में करीब 30 लाख टन से ज़्यादा कचरा दिल्ली के गाजीपुर से सेग्रीगेट करके हमने रोड के बीच में डाला है। जो प्रधानमंत्री जी का स्वच्छ भारत अभियान है, उसके अनुरूप अब हम कचरे का उपयोग रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन में कर रहे हैं। इकोलॉजी एंड इन्वायरमेंट को प्रोटेक्ट करते हुए ये रोड बनाते समय 12,000 पेड़ ऐसे थे जो तोड़ने की परमिशन हमको मिली थी, पर हमने उसको ट्रांसप्लांटेशन किया है, उसको जिंदा रखा है और इकोलॉजी एंड इन्वायरमेंट का भी प्रोटेक्ट किया है। मैं बहुत हरियाणा के मुख्यमंत्री जी को और सरकार को धन्यवाद दूंगा कि उनके सहयोग के बिना ये काम नहीं होता। उनके ही मांग पर इस कार्य का शुभारंभ हुआ। हमारे दिल्ली के MP विदुड़ी जी और दूसरे भी हमारे सभी मंत्री, विधायक, सांसद, इन्होंने इसमें काफ़ी अड़चनें आई थी और उन सब अड़चनों को दूर करने में उन्होंने भी बहुत मदद की। यहाँ हरियाणा के भी मंत्री, MLA सबका बार बार सहयोग मिला और रात दिन काम चला और एक देश का अभिमान हो ऐसा एक बहुत बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट आज पूरा हुआ। फिर से एक बार हरियाणा की जनता को, देश की जनता को बहुत बहुत बधाई और प्रधानमंत्री जी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। नमस्कार।
आपका हार्दिक धन्यवाद माननीय केंद्रीय मंत्री श्री नितिन गडकरी। देवी और सज्जनों, हरियाणा राज्य में डबल इंजन की सरकार विकास के नए नए आयाम स्थापित कर रही है, जिससे हरियाणा वासियों का जीवन भी सुगम हो रहा है। और अब मैं हरियाणा के लोकप्रिय सम्मानीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री मनोहर लाल जी से सादर विनती करती हूं कि अपने विचारों से हमें अनुग्रहित करें। हरियाणा के मुख्यमंत्री माननीय मनोहर लाल जी।
देश के 130 करोड़ लोगों की दिलों के धड़कन हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र जी मोदी, हरियाणा के राज्यपाल महोदय, सड़क परिवहन मार्ग के हमारे केंद्रीय मंत्री श्री नितिन गडकरी जी, हमारे केंद्र सरकार में मंत्रीगण राव इंद्रजीत जी, श्री कृष्णपाल गुर्जर जी, डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर श्री दुष्यंत चौटाला जी, अन्य सभी सम्मानीय मंच, उपस्थित गुरुग्राम में आज इतनी बड़ी संख्या में पधारे हमारे भाइयों बहनों, मैं सबसे पहले आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का हरियाणा की 2,82,06,995 के सदस्यों की ओर से आपको बहुत बहुत आभार प्रकट करता हूं, स्वागत करता हूं, अभिनंदन करता हूं। आज ये बड़ा खुशी का दिन है कि एक ऐसा प्रोजेक्ट जो, जैसा आदरणीय गडकरी जी ने बताया, हमने मांग की थी कि गुरुग्राम का जो हाईवे है, जयपुर हाईवे, वहाँ ट्रैफिक ज़्यादा है, इसलिए एक बाईपास के रूप में द्वारका एक्सप्रेसवे ये बना दिया जाए। इन्होंने पूछा कि कितना पैसा लगेगा, हमको ये अनुमान नहीं था जो आज स्वरूप देख रहे हैं। एक सामान्य बाईपास निकलता है तो मैंने भी कह दिया कोई 200-300 करोड़ रुपया लग जाएगा। नेशनल हाईवे की ओर से इतनी सहायता हमारी हो जाए हमको अच्छा लगेगा। लेकिन जब प्रोजेक्ट का बनाया गया और बनने के बाद ये तैयार होकर के आज जैसा माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के साथ हम लोगों ने भी उसका अवलोकन किया, तो वास्तव में एक स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट ये जो प्रोजेक्ट बना है, इस प्रोजेक्ट के बनने से न केवल गुरुग्राम, न केवल हरियाणा, बल्कि उत्तर भारत के सब राज्य, दक्षिण भारत के सब राज्य, पश्चिम के हिस्से के लोग, चाहे एयरपोर्ट आना जाना हो, दिल्ली से बाहर बाहर, चाहे हमको जयपुर जाना हो, मुंबई जाना हो, इसका बहुत बड़ा उपयोग। और ऐसा प्रोजेक्ट जैसा वर्णन किया है हमारे नितिन गडकरी जी ने, इस प्रोजेक्ट को देख करके बहुत ही प्रसन्नता हुई। आज बहुत मैं आपके आगमन पर, इस प्रोजेक्ट के उद्घाटन के अवसर पर मैं बहुत बहुत आपका आभार प्रकट करता हूँ। आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, आपका जगमग आगमन हुआ हरियाणा में। हरियाणा के प्रति आपका जो लगाव है उस लगाव को हम हरियाणा के लोग अच्छी प्रकार से जानते हैं। जब भी कोई बड़े अभियान की शुरुआत की आपने हरियाणा से की है, वो चाहे 2013-14 में हमने जो अभियान देश भर में आपने शुरू कराया, वो रेवाड़ी की धरती से ही शुरू हुआ। 1 रैंक 1 पेंशन की जो शुरुआत की गई, बहुत बड़ा काम देश के हमारे फौजी भाइयों के लिए हुआ। ऐसे ही हमारा हरियाणा बेटियों को मारने वाला प्रदेश जाना जाता था। पानीपत से बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ का जो अभियान चला, उसका भी हरियाणा ने बहुत सार्थक एक परिणाम दिए, सारे देश भर में एक संदेश गया है। मैं आज इस अवसर पर, इस उद्घाटन के अवसर पर ये भी जानकारी सब लोगों को देना चाहता हूं कि और जो प्रोजेक्ट जिनका शिलान्यास रखा जा रहा है, हरियाणा के और 4 बड़े प्रोजेक्ट उसके अंदर शामिल हैं। चाहे वो अंबाला से शामली का हो, अथवा अंबाला से चंडीगढ़ का हो, अथवा दिल्ली कटरा की जो रोड है वो भी हरियाणा के बहुत बड़े हिस्से से जाएगी, उसका भी आज शिलान्यास हो रहा है। ऐसे ही भिवानी से हांसी, ये एक सड़क का भी एक हाईवे के नाते से उसके भी शिलान्यास का आज कार्यक्रम है। तो आपके आगमन पर जो हरियाणा के विकास, चाहे पिछले दिनों में एम्स की बात हो अथवा उससे पहले भी, चाहे हमारे रेलवे कोच फैक्ट्री की बात है, वेस्टर्न डेडिकेटेड फ्रेट कॉरिडोर की बात है, केएमपी और केजीपी, उसका भी लाभ हमको यहाँ मिल रहा है। तो इस नाते से बहुत से प्रोजेक्ट ऐसे गिनाए जा सकते हैं कि हरियाणा में विकास की एक बहार, विकास की एक गाथा, ये प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में केंद्र सरकार के सभी विभागों ने जो हमें कृपा की है, मैं उसके लिए बहुत बहुत आपका आभारी हूँ, आभार प्रकट करता हूँ। न केवल हरियाणा में बल्कि देश के अंदर भी बड़े बड़े जो एक प्रकार से मापदंड खड़े किए जा सकते हैं इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के नाते से, चाहे वो डिफेंस कॉरिडोर से फ्रेट कॉरिडोर हो, और चाहे हमारे जो भी ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट हैं जिसके अंदर अटल सेतु जो हमारा हिमाचल प्रदेश के अंदर, या पानी के अंदर अंडर वाटर मेट्रो सर्विस। अब कभी हम सुनते थे दुनिया में कि अंडर वाटर जो ट्रांसपोर्ट सेवाएं, वो भी कोलकाता में जो आपने एक कार्यक्रम करके दिखाया, हमने दुनिया के अंदर अपना उत्साह प्राप्त किया। न केवल विकास बल्कि देश को सांस्कृतिक आधार पर भी दुनिया में अपना स्थान दिलाने के लिए, चाहे वो भगवान रामचंद्र जी के मंदिर की बात हो अयोध्या में, अथवा अबू धाबी में भी भगवान श्री राम जी का मंदिर है, उसको भी हमारे देश की संस्कृतियों को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए जो काम किया, इसका पूरा श्रेय वो आपको जाता है मान्यवर। मैं तो यही कहूँगा कि हरियाणा बहुत छोटा राज्य है, आबादी हमारी देश की आबादी के मात्र 2% है, एरिया 1.5% है, लेकिन हम देश की जीडीपी में अपना जो योगदान है वो डबल यानी 4% देते हैं। हरियाणा की अपनी विकास दर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में आज 10% के आसपास ये आंकी जाती है। इस प्रकार से हम हरियाणा की ओर से आपको ये विश्वास दिलाते हैं, आपने मोदी जी गारंटी इस नाम से देश भर के लोगों में अपना एक भरोसा ये जताया कि देश की जनता जिस प्रकार की उनकी जरूरतें होंगी आप पूरा करेंगे। मैं हरियाणा की जनता से की ओर से आपको यह आभास, आपको ये एक प्रकार से मैं भी भरोसा दिलाता हूं कि आने वाले चुनाव में हम अपनी हरियाणा की भूमिका, जैसे पहले 10 में से 10 सीटों का परिणाम हमने दिया था, इस बार भी 10 की 10 सीटें जीत करके और हम आपकी झोली में डालेंगे और बड़े मार्जिन से, पहले से अधिक मार्जिन से हम आपको एक परिणाम ला करके देंगे। आपका आशीर्वाद, आपका प्यार, आपका प्रेम इसी प्रकार से आप हमारे ऊपर बनाए रखें, यही निवेदन करते हुए आपका पुनः हरियाणा की धरती पर मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं, स्वागत करता हूं, आभार प्रकट करता हूं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
आपका बहुत बहुत आभार माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी। राज्य सरकार के विकास, आम जन के जीवन को सुगम बनाने की प्रतिबद्धता को लेकर आइए एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं। देवी और सज्जनों, आज बहुप्रतीक्षित द्वारका एक्सप्रेसवे के हरियाणा खंड समेत देश के 16 राज्यों की 114 परियोजनाओं का लोकार्पण व शिलान्यास होने जा रहा है। मैं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी से सादर विनती करती हूं कि कृपया रिमोट का बटन दबाकर कुल 114 परियोजनाओं का लोकार्पण व शिलान्यास करें। और आइए अब इन 114 परियोजनाओं पर आपके समक्ष प्रस्तुत करते हैं एक वीडियो फिल्म।
140 करोड़ देशवासी हैं मोदी जी का परिवार, जिनके लिए वे दिन रात बिना थके बिना रुके नेशन फर्स्ट के संकल्प के साथ काम करते हैं। बीते 10 साल सेवा, समर्पण और संकल्प के रहे हैं, जिसमें देश ने रिकॉर्ड निवेश के साथ अभूतपूर्व स्पीड और स्केल पर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेक्टर के ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन को देखा है। रोड, रेल, एयर, वाटर, हाईवे, हर कनेक्टिविटी को लगातार मजबूत होते देखा है।
भारत में दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बिल्डिंग ड्राइव शुरू हुई। आज देश में अभूतपूर्व इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है। साल 2013-14 में हर दिन 12 किलोमीटर हाईवे बनते थे। हमने लगभग प्रतिदिन 30 किलोमीटर हाईवे हर दिन बनाए।
देशवासियों की ईज ऑफ लिविंग और बेहतर हो, ये मोदी जी की गारंटी है। और मोदी जी की गारंटी यानी गारंटी पूरी होने की भी गारंटी। विकसित भारत के संकल्प को सिद्ध करने की दिशा में आज का दिन देश के लिए ऐतिहासिक है, क्योंकि प्रधानमंत्री